as you get into phonemic awareness, you want to start to develop a deeper understanding with your students. So we've been talking about, just doing dog, d, g. Well, there's a point where you have to get them ready to go to phonics. So what the hardest thing about phonemic awareness with kids is that middle sound. So when I did da, g, is that short vowel sound. And it is the hardest sound for a kid to hold on to. And that's why they're having trouble reading, because they don't remember their vowel sounds. So there's a great way to do it. And I'm going to hold these up and just kind of show you how you could use this with your students. So I have a blue circle with a cat, and this is a. So a is a short a. It doesn't say its name, and we don't use the letter. We just say a. This is bed, short e. This is dog, og. Now notice I did not put them in order because I want them not to just memorize how they are. So I would mix these up every time I'm doing them so they don't go, oh, that's the first one, that's A, that's E. So I kind of mixed them up even right now. So this is dog, this is short O, pig, short I, and cup, short U. I have put the words here. I would never have the words with my students, but I wanted you to see the words I'm going to be using. So of course, the first thing you would do with them is just get them ready to hear the sound. So I'd say, okay, we have cat. Cat, let's break it up. Cat, t. A is the sound in the middle. A, and I'd ask them, what's the sound? A. This is bed. What's the sound in the middle? So you want them to start to be able to say that short vowel to you. You want them to take out the beginning and end letters and just do the vowel sound. Dog, pig, cup, So then these words would disappear. They might be on your table with you, and you're going to start to say them, and you want them to point to them. Always do this in a small group, probably no more than 4 or 5 kids, because you don't want them kind of jumping on each other. You might want to just do it one child at a time, and then you're visibly seeing if they understand it. So if I have used those words that I just went over, and now I start to use another word. So I say, I've said the word map. What sound do you hear in the middle? Now, okay, I can't do it. The kid that says, it's just like cat. Then you know they're starting to hold that middle sound in their head, and they are ready to show you they're going to go into pre-reading. Same thing if you did set. And they don't see the word, they don't need to see the letter, they need to say it's an sound just like bed. And so you want them pointing. And I'd actually use colors because kids also benefit from having colors. They can make a connection that way also. So now if I went to the next one, let me just come down here and I do an order. Rip. And I want the kids to go, Oh, it's like pig, good. And then you might do nut, and they go, cup, beautiful. And of course, the last one, if we did mop, like dog. So you want them to start, and you could do as many words as you want. You could get into rhyming words. So what rhymes with cat? They could say bat. They could say sat. They could say map. They could start to use the rhyming words also and then say, okay, well, what's the vowel sound in the middle? What's the sound? And you can start to say vowel because you're starting to push them into reading. And that's the goal here. So I don't do this right at the beginning of phonemic awareness. I do this when I'm getting ready to do reading. Let me do one more thing with you to show you how you get from phonemic awareness into phonics, which we now call phonological awareness, because teachers will use a little bit of phonemic awareness and start to do phonics. So you're going to say, okay, now we have this short sound, Kids that are struggling to hold a vowel sound, our brain has this part in the front that actually does movement and learning together. So if you do a movement with short A, some kids pick that up easier. So I've done where I say, okay, we have point at your belly, because when you say you almost hear your diaphragm moving. I can feel it. And you'll see kids doing it when they're trying to read. They'll point at their, oh yeah, that's an sound. I have a little trick for I said, comes right here in your throat, like I can almost feel my throat vibrating. Go to pig, it's like You wrinkle your nose, so put your finger on your nose and go, And then you say, oh, og, like a doctor's asking you to go, So make your mouth go open. And then think of up. So I'm making them do hand motions with their vowel sounds, which also helps some kids to remember the vowel sounds. So play around with words. Don't jump into phonics real quickly, but as you begin to see that your kids are able to hold that middle sound and even change it. So I'd say, what has cat? And if we took the a out and put the s sound, what would we get? Now be careful, because this is going to make a nonsense. It's going to say cat, which is really not a word. But you want to know if will they hold the middle sound, take it away, and then use the same beginning sound and the same ending sound. You are beginning to show that they can read. And that is the reason why kids are not reading, because we're going too quickly from just sounds right into letter sounds. And some kids are very frustrated. So hopefully this will help you. And this is in our book that we're going to publish. We have 9 Kevin Hankey books that go from phonemic awareness also to phonics. And so hopefully you'll enjoy using it with your students or your kids. Thank you.